Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 17 has some new Apple CarPlay features in it. So I thought we'd go over everything new in iOS 17 when it's related to Apple CarPlay. You'll see we're connected wirelessly, so let's go over the first new feature, and that has to do with wallpaper. So you'll see nothing really looks too different here, but if we go to our settings, go to wallpaper, we have our iOS 17 wallpaper, which is available in light and dark mode. We also have our previous wallpapers with a couple new options as well. So we have a red version, blue, we have gray, and then if we scroll down, you'll see all the other options here. So we have sort of a bronze color, and then also we have sort of a gray and white, and then just completely black if you want to leave it like that. Let's go and select the iOS 17 wallpaper. We'll set that. We'll go back home, and they've updated Siri with a new interface when you're replying to someone. So if maybe we activate Siri, send a message to Zach Zolo.
What do you want to say to Zach?
This is just a test showing the new features of iOS 17 in Apple CarPlay.
It says, "This is just a test showing the new features of iOS 17 in Apple CarPlay. Send it."
And you'll see we have review, change, send, and the option to mute the actual notification. So we can send it, and we have big buttons that are easy to press while you're driving, or you can just respond with your voice, of course. Now, if we go into music, they've updated this as well. If we go into music, you'll see here in the upper right, we have a SharePlay icon. Tap on the SharePlay icon, and we're presented with a QR code, but also you'll see here it says play and control the music together in the car from any phone. So maybe you have your wife or significant other in the car, or maybe you have some kids and you want them all to be able to contribute to what you're listening to. You can do that. So you'll see discoverable by nearby contacts and waiting for others. So they can either scan that or you can share play from there. Now also, while you're driving and connected to CarPlay, if you go into the music app, you'll see two new icons at the bottom. One actually has to do with SharePlay itself. It brings up that same QR code. The other one has to do with AirPlay. It just gives you the option to select those. So if you want to actually hand your phone to someone else and do it that way, you can. Now, Apple Maps gets a little bit of an update, and if we go into it, if we search for Tesla chargers or EV chargers, we can now find those nearby, and if they have the status available, such as charge point here, it says 2 of 2 available. If that's an option, you'll see that, and then you can actually go directly to that with your directions. So it's bringing up that information now. Also in Maps, you now have the option for offline maps. So that's something that you have with iOS 17 that you didn't have before. If you have offline maps loaded onto your iPhone, you go into your Maps app, set the offline map area, and then you can download that area. That carries over to your Apple CarPlay, where it will actually let you use your offline maps here without any issue. Later on, we'll have the all-new CarPlay experience that carries across not just this CarPlay, but also different vehicles where they can integrate with the speedometer, tachometer, and other vehicle systems. That's something that we're first seeing in the Lincoln Nautilus, it looks like, and you can see what it looks like here, and those are the things that are actually coming to Apple CarPlay. As far as any other features, well, that's really it. You have pretty much the same podcast feature. You have all of the different options that you'd expect under Browse and more with Up Next and Featured, and everything's pretty much the same there. But you do have the update to music like I showed and the few other that I mentioned. Hopefully this becomes more stable, as it is a little bit buggy in the earlier betas, and it's been buggy throughout iOS 16. So hopefully we see some differences there. There's not much more to talk about those. They haven't added a whole lot other than you have access to what I've shown already. Let me know if you've found anything else in iOS 17 with Apple CarPlay. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, and I'll link this wallpaper in the description that I have on my iPhone in the description as well. If you haven't subscribed already though, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.